Welcome back to One Map, Two Countries. Today we are building our first industries on the island and adding a non-functional ore port. We'll be finishing off our old town and we will be naming our region and some of the towns. Let's get on it. Today's episode we will start off by building industries, but first of all we need to build out a road all the way to the other side of the island, and that will be our placement of our industries. As we have road in place, now we will smooth out the terrain and add the key so we know how we can lay out our roads. As we have built this key out, we will take a bit more land back and actually build out the breakwater area and more key, and we will add something interesting at the end of the breakwater. I looked around on Google Maps and mainly around Spain area, mainland Spain, Mallorca, just got some inspiration from them, and yeah, let's see what do I build in the end of it. So what we're gonna do here, we will place some sort of roundabout, I would say, circular road, circle. So we just gonna attach it this way, and then what we will do is we will actually upgrade it. I'm thinking let's do parking, as I actually do remember similar place to this. I think it was either in Algarve region, Portugal, or probably it might be Spain, Lanzarote. I can't really remember, but they had similar circle at the end of the road. And it was actually quite nice viewing spot. So let's make sure all of our keys are actually correct height. You can do that by going into move it mode. Just select all nodes, make sure that you select only what you need, and then just make sure that it's even. Now we need to work with the terrain a little bit more, as we're gonna be building a break wall. And for building a break wall, I will be using stones. So let's find some actually rocks, not stones, and put them on the side of this wall. Let's have good spacing, and just place them in a row. Make sure that there's not too big gaps. We will afterwards put in some bushes in between, just so it looks that it's been there for a while, and we need to make sure that it looks good for you guys and for me. Now that we have placed all the rocks where we want them, we will be placing some of the bushes in some of the spots where you can see through. And for this, I normally like to use mix of bushes, not just small ones, bigger ones, the medium ones, just to make sure that it fits in and covers up all the spots where you can actually see through the rocks. As we have finished with our seawall, now it's time to get started on our industry area road layout. What we will do over here, we will just build out a simple grid. We will attach the main road coming from our old town, and I'm thinking we should build a roundabout at the end of it, so there is a nice connection. Let's put it in main road, not touching the key, so there is not all the traffic going all the way to the end and hitting the key, and it just would not look realistic. Let's put in all of these roads. So I'm placing the roads, and at the same time I'm looking and thinking what and where we will be placing. Let's connect it nicely, and we will put the roundabout, the largest one available. I'm putting it in here as it's central. We need to think about future development now. As we know, all of this island will be quite dense, so we will need more roads, and I'm thinking fast roads, so motorways will be coming later on this side of the island as well, but we will go slowly. Let's not go too quick, as our island is not that populated as of yet, and we just don't want to be unrealistic and build out massive roads everywhere, but there's no people who are using it. So let's do it step by step. Also, we need to look at our money at the same time. Let's continue with our grid. Now it's time to find a special building for our industry, which basically everything will turn around it. It will be the main biggest part of our area on this side of island, and we're going for this. Therefore, we will be able to build out our breakwater, and on breakwater I'm thinking we will place some ore assets. So now, as we have our specialized industry building placed in our port slash industrial estate, we will be hand placing the rest of the buildings in our area. I'm hand placing them only because I want a certain look. So most of the buildings that we place, they will have specific colors. In my head, it would be developed in stages, and multiple companies would win the contract, and let's say they build out section A with 10 buildings, and let's say they will have their specific materials used in building the buildings, and they would be like with a green roof, red roof, or whichever color you want to pick, but it would have been developed in stages, as I said previously. So this is one of the stages where stages, they would have finished it in green. I would even imagine that there would be different names for each phase. And now we're gonna build out a parking road down here. And let's place something in the gaps on the sides of these parking roads. We need to find the correct size and see if it looks like it fits in there. And yeah, it does look like it. And for this middle part, we will use some surface and we will color it in, and what we will be making here is actually a truck park. Not a big one, small one, but I've seen similar to this one out in Europe. So let's fill it in. Let's use actual trucks for size, so we know how we can place the net lines, how many trucks we can get in. I mean, truck and trailers. I think the only way how we can do it is just place it on the sides, as there is not enough space to do it sideways or have another line in the middle. So let's just place it in on each side and add some trailers as well. As we are placing the last decorations around our lorry park, I think it looks quite fitting. It does fit in there probably we will need to build out more like these, maybe even bigger, and the trucks being in the different positioning, but it does fit in. As we have finished with our lorry park, we will place some generic zoning, and let's just see what pops out. This will be for our specialized building. I would be imagining in my head it would be buildings connected to the factory, and we will color them in the same color. Yeah, let's do that. As we have zoned in and colored some of the buildings on the left side, when you're looking now here, what I want to do, I want to do a little bit, tiny bit of detailing down here, because you can see there is access road down there, and we just don't want to leave it hanging there and build something in front. So what we will do, it's a bit wonky, thinking probably we need to rise it up a bit. So now that we have done that, we will place some buildings that are just fitting right, and they are not blocking the access road to our specialized building. We have finished this little part of our specialized building. Just let's move on and color a bit of this area, and let's just zone more, place more, and let's just fill in the industry area, and in hope that we will have loads and loads of jobs. We have filled in all of our current area, and let's place some trees, shrubs, bushes, and let's just beautify this area. Now it's time to return back to our seawall, and what we will do, we will fill it in with what we were talking about previously. So we're gonna place our warehouses, they are called warehouses or storage areas. So we will place some of them, and where we are not able to place them as they are, we will just fill it in with something else, probably with some assets called piles, so you can find piles of almost everything, sand or wood as well. And yeah, so there is options, so we will do that now. Now let's place some cranes and ships. And now we are at the interesting part. We are gonna place a lighthouse at this roundabout, circle about, however we want to call it, and it will give some touristy location. I know it's industrial port, but people still want to go places like that and see how that side of the world works. So this is the finished product. It fits in nicely and makes the harbor look a lot cleaner. Let's fill in the rest of the breakwater. Let's move the surfaces and add more detailing to it. So that's us done with the industrial area. Really enjoyed the build. It's pretty good state right now, and I'm looking forward to return here in next episodes. And as we can see, we are in desperate need of workers. So time to move on to our old town. So this is where we were left in last episode. It's not built out quite, so what we will do, we will start and fill in the rest of the area and finish off the old town of our pretty island in this episode. As you can see, I'm having a little bit of struggle to get the corners in the way that I would like it. It's mainly because of the roofs. They just seem out of place when you put them in. But as we get on with the episode and we build more and more, I find better ways how to deal with it and just how to make it look better. So we have an educational demand in our city, so what we will do is we're gonna place this beautiful asset from French Pack, which is a high school. I think it fits in quite nicely in the town center of our old town. It's pretty nice looking, and I'm thinking we'll make a proper square out of this, and we'll just fill in behind the high school as well. So this area we will fill in with English style flats, apartments, however you want to call it. We'll place these two types down here. They're a bit taller, but they do fit in. We have left space on other side of the road where we'll be placing some play area and walkout area as well. And between the buildings, I'm thinking, yeah, let's place this one. Yeah, it looks quite nice. Comes together with the buildings on the other side. Let's adjust here and there, and just make sure that it looks spotless so we can't see it. And let's place some parks in this area, both sides of the road. We have filled in this area with parks, and now we're gonna place some trees just to cover up the bald spots, and let's drag out some grass, the surfaces, so it looks even better. And yeah, we are kind of finished with this area right now, so let's move on. And what we have noticed, we are in need of that care. So what we will do, we will place a cemetery in this area. I'm thinking the UK parish church could fit in quite nicely, and it does. From the start, let's straight away do all the upgrades and fill it in with some trees and make sure it does look great to this building, which we will actually move further away. Let's just twist it a bit and move it out of the way. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And let's do the trees. We have detailed around the church and our cemetery, and the trees cover up and give some isolation from the traffic around it, and also from the surrounding buildings, and gives some privacy. So what we will do now is work on our water side, and we will place some UK style flats, and we will just fill in this area with some high rises, and we need to make sure that they fit in with the rest of the buildings, and we're in desperate need of high density buildings. Our industry area is crying for workers, so we need to make sure that we get in as many people as possible. And this is how it looks when we have built all of the waterfront buildings. Pretty nice. And now let's place some parks in this area and fill it in, and probably put some footpaths as well. As everyone is moving in, we can see that we're struggling with traffic. It's coming from every single way. So what we will do, although this traffic is caused by people moving in and it will go down, we will still improve some of our roads. We will do some 2+1 lanes, probably change some of the streets to just one-way streets, and let's see how it improves. Let's crack on with that. And I ended up realizing that the only solution at this point is just going and making a one-way street so people don't try and go every single way they want to and block our streets. What do congested streets need? Parking. Lots and lots of parking. So what we will do, we will provide our citizens with the parking, and it will be placed down here. We will put these two on each side, and in the middle, as they're not the size we want, we will just put in the streets with parking on side of them. So they do look like parking lots actually. Let's just place some trees, and this is our end product. I think it looks quite alright for what it is. It's functional, and yeah. And what we will need to do is, as there is so much traffic in our streets, we will adjust our pricing for parking, just to encourage people not to use cars. Our next sore spot is healthcare. So what we will do, we will place a medical center. We will probably place it down on this end, and I'm thinking we will choose a UK medical practice, as we spoke about it earlier. This actually is a British owned island, so we need to introduce some assets from UK PAC, and I think medical center is one of them, and we will do more later on in the video. So this is the location we have chosen for medical practice center, and we will put it in a streets with some parking on side of them. And let's move on to the next stage. And our next stage brings us back to building more of our old town, and there will be some adjustments here and there. We will jump in and out of time lapse. So let's get on with it. And now we have opportunity to work on mural on this side of the road, on similar looking or even the same build building. And what we're trying to do is find something what doesn't jump into crazy in our eyes when we come into the city. And well, let's see what I come up with. So many choices that it's hard to decide, but I ended up deciding, and this is what I decided to put on the side of the building. I think it's pretty cute. It is opposite what I said, that we don't want anything jumping out, but it does fit in our build and I love it. And time to move on from the beautiful doggy and keep building and building and building. We'll build out few parks here and there as we move on and keep building our old town. So this is one of the parks. And this is the part where I want to say a big thank you to Spana 4882, who suggested us that we should call our British side Land and our Spanish side Santa Elena. So what we will do now, we will zone in this area and we will call it Old Town Land. And now we're moving over to our peninsula down here, which will be Santa Elena. So that will be Old Town of Santa Elena. Many thanks for your name suggestions. I do actually like it, that's why I picked it. And we will call our region Land/Santa Elena. And these two will be our old towns. In the future, when we are building new towns, villages, or anything else, if you have any name suggestion, please let me know. And now back to building, and what we will do, we will place this hotel Gdansk, I think in this area, and it stands out perfectly, and it is one of the newest buildings in our old town, which will bring in our tourists just to stay in a nice place as well, not only to see the old town. We will also add this French asset building just in the middle over here. As you can see on the left, we have built more old town buildings. It is just residential as for now, so we will place this over here, and we will have a park at the back. And then once we place the park, we will play with the surfaces and add some pretty bushes. I consider this absolutely perfect fitment for this building. At the back we can see the hotel, and on the sides Old Town. So we are moving on to probably very controversial stage in our build. I was wondering myself, do we do it or don't? So basically we will be using terraced housing in this area. As I said, I do want to mix the assets we use, and as this is the British side, we will use the actual buildings from mainland, and we will fill in this area, and hopefully we will use even more assets. Let me know, do you think it's something that fits in, or it is completely out of place? I'm on the fence with it. I am building it because it will look just different. This is us done with that part of the build. Let me know, yes or no. So we have this small area down here where there's quite a lot of foot traffic, and I'm thinking we gonna use the urban ones, urban buildings, and I just wanna put them in this area, as they do have shops, and they fit in quite nicely as the hotel is newly built down there, and these new looking buildings just fit right in together with that hotel. I absolutely love these buildings from this park. Look at them, the detail, the colors is just stunning. We will be using more of these, but it ain't gonna be in the old town. That will be in our next episodes. But look at it from the far. Yes, yes. So now let's work on this area and quickly finish it off. As we have a high demand of office, we will continue with our modern building placement in this area, and we are putting in this quite nice looking office building. Imagine that this area used to be neglected, probably some buildings that were not in use. So what we will do, we will place this and just make it look nice. So we have made this area around the office building in a plaza where people can rest, get out of the office, or just come around and sit next to the river and enjoy the views. You may notice that I like interesting places like these, and I love murals. So this is the place where I decided to put in a cat's face. It was quite a bit challenging to match it on both sides. As you can see, you can't really get it in the middle because it keeps jumping from one side to another side. But in my opinion, I kind of got it close enough. As you can see, it's almost there. Yeah, especially from far, it does look as it should. That's where we will leave it for this episode. We've laid down the industrial foundation, shaped the port area, and given the region and its first towns their names. Thanks for all the comments and the name suggestions, I really appreciate it. In the next episode, we will continue expanding and start connecting everything together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.